Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved." "I will do my best to save him, my lord," Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again, the voice called to her. "Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins." "I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee," Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. "You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you." "Yes, Lord, anything," Isaac's mother begged. "To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son Isaac will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else." "Yes, Lord," she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trapdoor to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
And there we have it. Welcome back, guys. You are here with RJ on Channel Arkansas, and this is the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Now, for anyone that doesn't know anything about this game, I'll try my best to explain it as we go along, or what I know of it, but I'm no expert. Right, I did actually record the first playthrough of this yesterday. However, I had major audio issues. There was something wrong in the settings of the game, and I've done a bit of research, and other people have had the same problem as well. So basically, my commentary audio was sort of crackly. I suppose you can say that it was crackly. And I noticed this obviously when I went to render the video and played it back to myself, and it you know, you could have watched it. It wasn't unwatchable and unlistenable even, I should say. But it was irritating because you could hear it and you could notice it, and I didn't want you guys to turn off after 5 minutes because of the audio problem. So I thought, you know what, screw it. We'll just do another run. So this game is sick and twisted, but it's a fun, laid-back game. You don't have to take it too seriously whatsoever. It's just a good bit of fun. It's a huge game. There is heaps of stuff to unlock. If we go into challenges, will it let me go into challenges? Yep. So these are all challenges that you can do, which are just like one-off run-throughs, and you can unlock more as you go along in the game. Stats. As you can see, best streak 1, as I said, that was a run I did yesterday before the audio. I noticed the audio was screwed. Items, there is absolutely heaps and heaps of items to unlock. Endings, there's 16, I believe, yep. And then secrets you unlock as you play through. So this is a huge, massive game, and it will keep you entertained for hours and hours, and it's very addictive as well. So we'll go to new run. These are your characters. You start off with Isaac, and these guys you can unlock by completing what it says below them. Like him, you have to complete 2 levels without taking damage and picking up 2 hearts for 2 levels, etc. And there is more characters than this. They just don't show up here. So we'll go with Isaac again, as it did yesterday. Now to start off, there is, I believe, six levels you have to go through, and then each time you complete the game, you sort of play through it again, and it adds more levels, and there's more bosses in that. These gold rooms always have something really good in them. This one's free to get into because it's the first level. But after this, it will cost you 1 key to open up. What's this? Roll enemies, reroll. Okay, so if you get into a room that's got loads of enemies that are really dangerous or you don't like, you can just re-roll them and it will randomize the enemies. Heart, which we can't pick up. Top left of the screen, you can see that green bar is for the item I just picked up in the gold room. It has to recharge to be able to use it again. Coins, bombs, and keys are pretty self-explanatory. The coins can be used in rooms like the one at the bottom of this room here. You use a key to get into, and I presume that should be the store. And I'll explain a little bit more about that when we actually go into one. And then keys are used to unlock those doors as well as the gold rooms. Here we go. So the enemies on the early levels aren't too bad, to be honest. Some of them can be a little bit frustrating, but a majority of the time they're absolutely fine. But as you progress through, they get harder, and they become more dangerous and deadly, depending, you know, what they are. But you're going to see heaps of them. These rocks here, it's a little bit off colour to the other rocks. It's more of like a light blue, I suppose. And it's got an X on it. So if you've got a bomb, which I do have actually, I'll show you. You can blow these rocks up, and they'll have stuff in them. Sometimes they'll contain soul hearts, bombs, coins, keys, all sorts. You can blow up any rock that you can see, but those ones with the X's are a lot better. Duke of Flies. Okay, so our first boss. This guy's actually not bad at all. All he does is float around like he is and spawn flies, so he's not really a threat. But you need to concentrate on the flies as much as him, because if the flies become too many, it can cause problems. And these bigger flies, I'm not sure if they spawn. No, they don't. I thought they spawned into two smaller flies when you kill them, but they don't, so that's not a worry. So yeah, as long as you focus on him as well, you should be fine and not do silly things like I've just done and been hit twice. So this game is massively addictive, as you'll probably see. It was by accident that I came across it. There is a Isaac game prior to this. This is kind of a remake, I suppose, of that game. But I never played the original myself, and I only fairly recently came across this. Tears and shot speed up. Okay, so we now fire more tears and a faster rate as well. This white heart here, it will give you half of a white heart on one of your red containers, or yep, on the top left. And if you can keep that when you progress to the next level, as we're about to, it will give you another heart container. But obviously if you get hit, then you'll lose it. There's more than 6 rooms to go through because I did a run through yesterday. There we go, so we now have 4 heart containers. 2 bombs, which isn't too bad. There's another one of those rocks to the left, if you can see it. Right there, I need to time this right because I need to get out before they hit me, and I don't want to get hurt by the bomb either. There we go, so that dropped a soul heart and a bomb, which is pretty handy. Alright, okay. Now those things to the right, that look like sponges, I suppose. Those guys normally just spawn spiders or flies, but there are some of them you have to watch out for. They have like bombs embedded into them, and they'll literally just kamikaze you, and they'll chase you down until they either get to you and explode, or until you kill them. So you need to be careful there. Okay. There is a gold room in every level. Up into the womb. Yeah, the womb. We ain't got any keys. And then I'm pretty sure there's no gold rooms on the womb levels. I'm pretty sure there's not. Quite a few flies here. Not a threat if you're careful. They just float around aimlessly and very slowly and shoot tears at you. So yeah, I've got this on the PlayStation 4. I'm actually doing it on the PC now. And some of the reasoning for that is, well, pretty much all the reasoning for that is the fact that on the PS4 version, I've unlocked and done more or less everything. I'd say about 95%. So it's kind of pointless starting it on there, so I thought we'll get it on the PC as well and start a fresh run, so you guys can come through this with me. Now, destroying these poos, sometimes they'll drop a coin, maybe a key, if you're lucky. Same with these fires, if you dispose of these, they'll sometimes drop something. Still don't have any keys, that sucks. I want to get into that gold room. Now these guys, you need to be careful because they'll just charge at you like that. Oh, bugger. And they can be pretty hard to avoid because they are fast. They do move pretty fast. And then when you kill them, they'll spawn 2 smaller poos, which just, yeah, bounce around. They're not really a threat. Now, Dingle, who is a huge poo, usually a boss. He's a bit of an arse. He does the whole bouncing around thing as well. Quite hard to avoid. We're not going to go in the boss room yet. There's a couple of rooms we haven't explored. I want to try and find a key to get into that gold room. Plenty of bombs. So the Binding of Isaac, this game is going to be our subcategory game. As I explained in Fear, we're going to have a we're going to have a main game playthrough alongside a sort of more laid back, we can take our time with playthrough. And the reason for that being, I'm going to get into that room, damn. The reason for that being is so there's a bit more versatility on the channel, and then there's 2 games running alongside each other, so if you guys don't like one of them, hopefully you'll like the other and there will be something for you to watch. So that's the idea of it. There we go. Secret room. Oh, you know what? I'm going to fight the boss and then come back for that because I don't want to risk losing that piece of heart. And it's Dingle, who I was telling you about. Now, sometimes when you fight this boss, there'll be poos like in each corner, which are actually really handy. If you don't get rid of them when he does that, you can hide behind the poos and you're protected. And he's too big to get behind them as well. But unfortunately, we don't have those, so I need to be really careful because he's fine until the point where he springs himself at you. I'm playing on a excuse me. I'm playing on the keyboard, so I'm actually finding it a little bit tricky. I'm obviously used to a controller, so switching from that to this suddenly. Speed and damage up, excellent. There we go. So that will give us another heart canister now. Now that silver heart we have in the top left, or blue heart, is a soul heart, I believe. And it's just like an armor heart, which protects your red hearts, basically. But it acts the same as any other. And you can also get black hearts, which we might find at some point. And they act the same as well, but when they are used up, they hurt all the enemies in the room. These rooms up here with the 2 swords above, they're like combat rooms. You can go in them with no issues. There could be anything in that chest, from something bad like spiders to just a couple of coins, or there could be a really good item in there. But as soon as you touch that, the room will lock and you have to go through 3 sets of combat to be able to get out. I'll do it to show you, and unfortunately it was only 3 coins. But not to worry. These worms, they're fine until they start running at you, which is alright unless you're in a really small space, and then you just screw. These guys can be irritating and hard to fight. Basically, they'll just keep chasing you and you have to shoot them, and then they'll sort of form down into a mush like that guy, and then you have to kill the mush to actually kill them, else they'll just keep getting back up. These ones aren't too bad, but there are ones exactly the same with an eye, and they move very, very fast, so you have to be very careful. these guys aren't really a problem. Yeah, as you can see, Isaac is now all like inflated and his head's all pussed up and whatnot, and that's because of that item that we picked up. And usually every item that you do get, it will change the look of your character, which is pretty cool. You can get some really bizarre looking characters. So if you haven't played this game, I do recommend picking it up and giving it a play yourselves. It is worth it. It's a very good game. And I think it's quite cheap as well. I think it's, if you pick it up on Steam, it's about £10–15, I think. Which sounds expensive, but for the amount of content in this, it's really not that bad in my opinion, to be honest. And it's a very well polished game as well, so you don't have to worry about that. They've done a good job on it. Oh man, I don't want to be missing out on another gold room for the sake of a key. Jeez. But let's push on because we might be lucky and find one. Now those, oh bugger, these things here, you can only shoot the red, I suppose the necks when they come up like that. And they don't always do it. May prosper and be in good health. I think that drops us 2 hearts. I think. But don't hold me to that. Ah, there we go. Wasn't too bad. Bomb there. See, the levels are the map on the top right. The levels are getting bigger now because we're getting further in. The enemies will get harder as well. I'd be interested to know what characters you guys get on with best. Personally, my favourite is Azazel. A lot of people find him difficult to use. But I actually find him pretty easy. He's certainly my favourite. I've probably done more run-throughs with him than anyone else. But I guess it's just a matter of getting used to that character like it would be for any other. As for the main game, or the one that's going to be going alongside this, I'm not going to say what it is. There is 2 games in mind. I mean, obviously, I have like a huge list of games I want to play for you guys, because being a new channel and all. But there are 2 main games at the moment that I have to choose from to go alongside this. And it's a bit of a hard choice, because I love both of them. One of them being in my top 3 like favourite series of games at the moment. But have I got any? Yeah, I do. No secret room there. There could be one above us here. I'm probably wasting bombs, but there we go. Loads of coins, which is good, but I would rather a key, because I don't want to miss out on that gold room. But then saying that, we might get a key from the boss if we're lucky. Oh, you've got to be... See, these guys aren't bad, but when there's 2 of them, there's normally only 1. So I need to... Sorry if I go quiet, I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit. Clearly not helping. Come on, have it, you bastard. Oh. Nearly swallowed me whole. Jesus. Oh. Oh, why would you do that? Oh. Careful, careful. I'm noticing there is a little... Like every few seconds it will sort of slow down a tiny bit. I don't know why that is. But it's not causing any issues or anything, so I'm not too worried about it. As long as it's fine on the playback, the audio is fine and everything, then there's nothing to worry about. Come on, nearly got it. How are you both still alive? One of you must be dead. Oh, there we go, there's one gone. There we go. I'll take that. Take that. He didn't drop a key though, the git. Speed and shot Oh, look. Shot speed and speed up. So again, we can move around faster, which is handy. And we can shoot faster. Oh, there must be a key somewhere in a rock. No. No. I'm going to have a quick look around, because I really don't want to miss out on a second gold room if I can help it. Now that room there, you can go in that. Actually, we got hearts around. Let's do it. It takes off health to pass through, like that. And we got 3. That's not bad actually. These flies will protect you. When there's enemies in the room, they'll fly at them. Basically. There's the precious room I want to get into, and that's just a store which I can't get into anyway. Oh, that's a bugger. That's an absolute bugger. But not to worry, we will press on. Okay, to the next... Oh, I wonder. To the next level. Everything happens for a reason, damn it. Have you ever had that happen? Been sat on the loot and then realising there's no toilet roll? It's really... It's an arse. It's an arse. Only ever happened once. I did learn from that experience, mind you. I always check now. Just as because of the film Arachnophobia, if you've ever seen that, you can guarantee I always check under the toilet seat all the time, because I'm not going to risk it. I don't like spiders as it is. You know, I don't need one laying back and video me on the loo for YouTube, because that's just wrong. Does he explode that darker one? I can't remember. Don't think he does, but no, yeah, he might. He does, yeah. Okay. These guys are annoying. You need to be careful. They just launch explosive projectiles, as you can see. So if you get too close, then you're screwed. Alright, what we got in here? Nothing too major. Nothing too major. Fly spawners and flies. I have cranked up the brightness on this a little bit, because it was a bit dark last time, and I don't want it to be too dark for you guys to see or anything. That room above us there is an arcade. One of the places you can use your coins. Obviously you need a key. I think you need a key to get in there. I'd imagine you do, because it's closed. Let's have a go. Oh no, you don't. Okay. That's... Oh, I always thought you needed a key for that. It must be take a coin. These guys in the middle. This guy takes coins, he takes keys, he takes hearts. If you give them enough of what they want, they usually drop a pretty good item for you. I'll try and do it with the guy with the coins, because we've got a fair few coins. I ain't got any keys, and I'm not giving up hearts. I would if we had replacements. But we don't. Oh no! Oh, why would you... Oh, no, fair enough. Alright, yep. So when we find the gold room in this level, we can get in there. See, as I said, I'm not an expert at this game, guys, so it might be frustrating to see me get hit at the most easiest, silliest things, but it's going to happen, you know. This room's no issue as long as you're careful and just sort of... What's the word I'm trying to look for? God damn it, I can't think. Butterbean has appeared in the basement. More coins. Oh, and another key. Excellent. We're not going in the boss room yet because we've got loads to explore. And I want to find the gold room. I still can't think of that word I was trying to think of. You know, screw it, it will come to me when it's supposed to. But I suppose another way I can explain is if you guess their trajectories, then you'll be fine. Oh, these guys. As See, what's annoying is they have coverage in the rocks as well. The only difference between these being is these red ones, you don't have to wait for them to pop up to shoot them. You can shoot them anytime. Whereas these white ones, you can only shoot them when they pop up and reveal their necks, or whatever the hell that is. Spider looking thing. Infestation shot. Oh, that's just fucking creepy. Oh, look like a spider, like on our head, or he half spider now. Either way. Okay, we'll take that. I would say there's a secret room up there, but Isaac versus Envy. Okay, this is like a mini boss. I'm pretty sure you find him as a main boss as well. But what you do with this guy is he'll just bounce around. He won't shoot you with anything whatsoever. But when you kill him, he will split off into more sections, and then those sections will split off into sections. And yeah, if you focus on, or try and focus on one at a time, you'll be fine. But if you just if you shoot them all randomly, then you're going to find yourself in a bit of a sticky situation, because there's going to be loads of them flying around the place. Yep, if you're careful like that, then hopefully you won't get hurt. I'm going to stand still for a moment just so I can have a sip of my coffee before it goes cold. Which it seems to do pretty quick for some reason. Right, okay, well, we're going to have a quick look in the store so you guys can see. So there is a donations machine there at the top. As long as you've got coins, you can keep putting coins into that, and at every sort of milestone for it, it will upgrade the store. So as you can see, we only have 3 items here, and the cost of them underneath in coins. As you upgrade the store by putting money into that, more items will appear and they'll become better items over time. Now on each blue map. On each playthrough, the donation machine will only let you put so many coins in before it stops letting you do it. And the number of that always varies as well. Store upgrade level 1, there we go. That's pretty cool. Ah, see, I can't put any more in there now. And that will remain the same for the rest of this particular playthrough. Pin. These guys are very much like a Zelda boss, Link to the Past, when you went to the desert to gain one of the 3 items needed before you could get the power sword, I believe it was. This always reminds me of that. And what an amazing game that was, Link to the Past. Probably the best SNES game that there was, in my opinion. I'd play that even now very happily. Is there actually 2 of them, or is there just 1? There is just 1, isn't there? I thought there was 2. Oh, no, perhaps there was. They was just so well blended into each other, I couldn't tell. Again, this boss is this boss is very easy as long as you are careful. HP and luck up, excellent. These spiders are helping us. That's why they're blue. Anything red, obviously, is bad. Blue is good. On to the next level. A giant shit as its present. Right, depth 1. Okay. So, it's gonna see that guy with the eye? He's a lot faster than the other. Oh, and a key, excellent. Oh no. Oh no! What they're shooting there is brimstone, and it's absolutely lethal. I'm actually very lucky because I had the spiders to help and I didn't get hit, but those guys can be so awkward and hard to fight because you have to try and watch every single one of them and guess, you know, where they're going to be shooting whilst avoiding all the others. These guys are okay unless they get close. They'll just float around and then rush at you, basically. These guys aren't so bad either.